Hello, my name is Mindy Myers and I'm the Special Education Director for Washington County Schools. I would like to take a brief moment to thank you for taking your time to watch our video, as well as thank STEP for partnering with us to develop a transition events this year so that we can highlight some of our great programs and our students, as well as assist parents in the next step of your journey. So thank you and enjoy the video.
Hi, I'm Sabrina St. John, and I am Washington County's Special Education Curriculum Coordinator. I'm also the parent of a young adult with significant disabilities, and I have been through this process of transitioning from school to adulthood. I know personally how critical it is that parents and students have access to information that will support you throughout this process. I also know from experience that it's essential that you start this process early. Please know that there are folks out there who will help you navigate through this process of identifying programs and getting through all the paperwork that's required to participate. Our goal for these transition events is to give you resources and directions for getting started with planning ahead in order to be sure your child is ready for a fulfilling life after high school.
Hi all, my name is Jeremy May. I'm the Transition School to Work Coordinator for both high schools, David Crockett and Daniel Boone. And a little bit about the Transition School to Work program. It's a joint effort between the high schools and vocational rehabilitation. And the idea behind it is to try to get a seamless transition from high school to employment after high school. And how we do that, one critical part is we allow students to get to go to job sites around the community. We have many different job sites, including East Tennessee State University, Ingalls, Walgreens, Fuddruckers, and all throughout Jonesboro, Boones Creek, and Gray. And it allows these students to gain the bridge from the classroom to a job by gaining work skills on the job site. It's a great program, and here through this kickoff video, you'll see a little bit of our success stories and some of our exceptional students here in Washington County, as well as some that are involved all throughout the state. So we hope you enjoy.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name's Karen Harrison, and I'm the Executive Director of STEP, Support and Training for Exceptional Parents. We house Tennessee's Parent Training and Information Center and provide information and training to youth with disabilities and their families. And this series of events is called the Ready for Life Transition Planning for Life After High School. There'll be several events that we'll be doing, both virtual and in person. And during the course of this time, you'll be meeting several of the STEP team members, including Beth Smith, who is the Director of East Tennessee Services. We thank you for joining us for this kickoff with student success stories that I know are going to be super helpful to you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joey Ellis. I'm the Family and Youth Educator and Mentor and Post-Secondary Transition Specialist for STEP. We thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions that come up through all of these events, please feel free to give us a call or email. You can find our contact information on the flyer that has been sent out to everyone, or you can reach out to the Washington County website.
So grab a snack and a beverage and get ready to hear some great success stories.
So the first student we wanted to highlight here was a young man by the name of Hunter. He graduated from Daniel Boone High School a few years back with us, went through the Transition School to Work program. He was one of the very first classes that I got involved with whenever I came to the Transition School to Work program. When he came to me, he didn't have a whole lot of confidence, didn't really know what his path was for after high school. Once we got involved with him, we moved him around from job site to job site. He touched a little bit at Walgreens, a little bit at Dairy Queen, all over the place. We were having a little bit of a hard time finding a good fit for him. So we gave East Tennessee State University a try. Up there they have different restaurants, different food service areas, so he bounced around up there and he ended up working at the Chick-fil-A at East Tennessee State University. While he was there doing that, he found a niche working back in the kitchen, working with the chicken nuggets and bagging the food for the customers there. And it really just became something that he learned to love to do, and also a skill that he developed that he was good at doing. Not to mention, interacting with the different managers, co-workers, and customers, he started to gain some confidence. So what happened to Hunter there is, after he spent a few months doing that at Chick-fil-A, the manager at East Tennessee State University approached him, offered him a paid position to do that job. Hunter, of course, accepted that position and has worked there since. So this is up to, I think, 5 years now that he has worked at East Tennessee State University. He's one of our shining points up there, and a real success story for what a kid goes through to gain the confidence and the skills that he needs through our program, and then find somewhere that he's comfortable at, and a job that he's comfortable doing and fitting in there. And there's a story I like to tell about Hunter, and it's one that really highlights, this is when I knew Hunter was going to be okay working up there and doing this stuff on his own and individually. Being involved with the program, East Tennessee State University let me step back there and talk to our students when they're in the restaurants working and all that good stuff. And so I stepped back into Chick-fil-A there to check one of our younger students that was working with Hunter. And I wanted to ask Hunter about possibly training him and working with him and getting him up to the speed of what Chick-fil-A has to offer there. And so I walk in, and Hunter's busy at work, and I say, "Hunter, do you have a minute to talk to me?" To which Hunter whips around as quick as he can and really just yells at me and says, "Mr. May, I don't have time to do this right now. I'm working." And so what that really established for me is that, first of all, Hunter was committed to his job and wanted to do it first, and he didn't have time to speak to me and do all that hoopla. So it was really just a funny moment and a good time, and made me realize, Hunter's going to be all right, and he's going to be successful with what he's doing here after high school.
We've put together a transition infographic that we are thrilled to roll out to you tonight. Whether you're just planning your transition journey, or if you've been on this journey and you're getting close to exiting high school, we feel like this information is going to be very useful to you. And I won't read this to you, but accurate information and student self-advocacy equal a step in the right direction on your transition journey. Whether you're looking at employment, independent living, further education, or how to be an involved and included part of your community when you exit high school, it is going to take planning.
Hello, my name is Joey Ellis, and I'm the Family and Youth Educator and Mentor and Post-Secondary Transition Specialist for Support and Training for Exceptional Parents. We are Tennessee's Parent Training and Information Center. We are federally funded to provide families and youth assistance with their special education questions. The services that we provide are free of charge, so please do not hesitate to give us a call or email if you need assistance. Thank you for joining me today as we discuss the important topic of transition from high school to post-secondary life. This session focuses on 5 things that you can count on when planning for your son or daughter's transition to adulthood. We will be making reference to some important resources and strategies to help students, parents, and teachers work together to ensure a successful transition to adulthood. So let's get started. Our first point is that everyone has a role in transition planning. The 3 most important players in the transition process are the student, the parent, and the teacher. Each of these individuals has a different role and set of responsibilities. As you can see from this graphic, students, parents, and teachers have several responsibilities when it comes to a successful transition planning. It is important that everyone work together and set high expectations for students preparing to transition to adulthood. This leads us to our second point. Families and youth should actively participate in transition IEP planning. It's not enough to just be aware of the upcoming transition to adulthood. Participating actively in the process is an essential ingredient to success, including being prepared for the transition meeting. For students, it's important that you are an active participant in not only the transition meeting itself, but in the development of the transition plan. Your parents and teachers are not going to know what you want unless you tell them. STEP has several resources available to help you learn how to advocate for yourself, including our transition guides and our dream building activity, which allows you to identify what is important for you and important to you. Parents, it's important that you share what you know about your son or daughter and provide that information to your IEP team. What have you observed about your son or daughter's strengths? What do you feel your son or daughter needs to work on to be fully independent? It's also important to have those discussions with your son or daughter and begin to work on those at home. Teachers, be sure to prepare yourself for the transition IEP meetings by having students complete interest inventories, explore different career and post-secondary options, and learning how to navigate adult life by introducing students to budgeting, getting and keeping a good job, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. STEP Incorporated has several resources available to help you, including our dream building activity, which I mentioned earlier. We also have our reality checklist. This is a checklist that allows students to understand what it takes to be independent. And we also have our Show Me the Money activity, which you can get all those resources either by contacting STEP or reaching out to our website. This leads us to our third point. This is be informed. Ask about diploma options. This is an important piece. A decision will need to be made about which diploma option works best for each student. Tennessee has a few to select from. As you can see from this chart, the diploma options are the regular diploma, the alternate academic diploma, the occupational diploma, and the special education diploma. Each diploma option is explained in this guide, and this also has post-secondary options that are available with each diploma. With each diploma, again, there are options for education and training beyond high school, okay? And this will spell that out for you. This leads us to our fourth point. This is find out about supports and services after high school. There are numerous resources out there to help transition age youth to begin to move from high school to post-secondary life. Being informed about these opportunities can make a huge difference. This can be very tricky, but it's important to begin researching what's out there to help individuals with disabilities in adulthood early. One great resource is STEP's What's Out There to Help Me guide. This guide has information about adult services, technology, post-secondary options, and much more. Once you have identified resources that you feel would be helpful, please feel free to reach out to representatives from each agency or post-secondary program. So last, but certainly not least, is to build skills to prepare for making decisions beyond the age of 18. Being an adult is not an overnight event. It's a process. Building skills in self-advocacy, independent living, and decision-making can give you a big heads up. Proper planning leads to better outcomes for youth and young adults. Once a student turns 18, they have the ability to make educational decisions on their own. They have the right to vote. They have the right to get married. They can apply and obtain a credit card. They can consent to medical treatments. They can make living arrangements, and they can sign contracts. So this resource that you see on your screen is our supported decision-making guide. This can be utilized as an option for young adults who may need some extra assistance with life's decisions. I know that we have gone through a lot of resources in a very short amount of time, but if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to STEP by either contacting us, or you can reach us by email. You see on the screen here, you have our phone number at 423-639-0125, or you can reach out to information@tnstep.org. Thank you. Again, my name is Joey Ellis, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to tell you a little bit about transition. Thank you very much.
With The Johnson City, Tennessee area weather report for October the 20th. Here is Morgan Thompson with special guest appearances by her dogs Sadie and Clover.
Look for cloudy skies with a high of 62 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. The sunset time will be at 6:46. Here's something to make you all smile. What fruit do scarecrows love the most? Strawberries. Remember, it is still important to wear masks, social distance, and help stop the spread of COVID-19. And don't forget to vote this November. Have a good day, and thanks for watching my weather report. My name is Morgan Thompson, and I'm a custodian at Walton Ferry Elementary School. I went there kindergarten through 5th grade, and I love seeing the kids help clean up the school, and I love being part of the staff member and seeing my former teachers there at work. And I graduated Hendersonville High School in 2017. I attended the Lipscomb Ideal program and graduated in 2019. The Ideal program is a 2-year certificate program for students to experience college life, and the Ideal stands for Igniting the Dream of Education and Access at Lipscomb. I was one of the first girls to live on campus. I was in a sorority called Phi Sigma. I took regular classes, and some of my favorite classes were Exploring in Nature class and Environmental Biology class. My ideal classes were Adult Living Skills and Employment Skills. Adult living skills taught me how to cook, budget money, communication skills, grocery shop, using public transportation. Employment skills taught me how to fill out job applications and resumes, apply for jobs, and go on interviews. And on campus at Lipscomb, my internships were at the Alumni Relations, the Lipscomb College of Education, and my off-campus internships were the Tennessee State Department of Education and the Tennessee State Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities. I graduated the Lipscomb Ideal program in May of 2019, and after that I went to and worked at Walton Ferry Elementary School as a part-time custodian. My favorite hobbies to do are the weather, and I do my weather videos, and I post them on my Facebook page. I use local weather websites. I also use my weather equipment and use radar scope, GR2 analysis, WSV3. And when I track hurricanes, the National Hurricane Center, I use that. I enjoy traveling and taking pictures of welcome signs, and here's my keychain collection. I collect keychains from where I have been to every state, and I enjoy doing photography and taking pictures of murals and nature, and I also like to listen to music and watch animated movies. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you.
So another student we wanted to highlight here is a young man by the name of Ben. He graduated from David Crockett High School, and he was another one of the ones that got involved with me early here in my career at Washington County and working with the Transition School to Work program. Ben again went through our program. He spent a lot of time working at Walgreens, spent some time working at Pizza Plus in different areas as well. Ben was a phenomenal student in the classroom, really soaked up everything we had to offer in regards to pre-employment transition services and anything related to independent living and the skills needed for work. And he just soaked that in, and he was a great personality to have. And Ben went through our program, worked through the non-paid positions, and got the skills he needed. And once Ben graduated and while he was there, he started to gain positions on his own. He took the skills that we offered him in the class and the skills that his family invested into him and the school, and he went and interviewed and found these jobs on his own. He spent some time working over at Wetlands Water Park, where he gained his first paid position there with us. He was phenomenal through the summer working there, and then to build off of that, he also landed a job over at the Pancake House in Jonesboro. That was one that he gained on his own and went through the process with them and started working there, and just everybody was just thrilled to see him there working, and he was such a joy to have. And then currently he has now moved over to McDonald's where he is working, and again just address those skills that we enlisted in him with the interview and the application process, and he's finding his way through the job field just like all of us have after high school, and really has just found success on his own, and we're very proud of Ben. He's done a phenomenal job, and he's one that we're proud to say that he graduated from David Crockett and went through our program.
It's invaluable. I mean, there are times that we actually consider them our employees, and when my manager is making the schedule, he's like, no, the kids will be here tomorrow. You know, that's if someone's on vacation here at this store, this location, we're looking at the schedule. We know the exact time they'll be here, what days it's on. A lot of times it's on our truck days, and I mean, our manager actually looks at them like an employee. That's how valuable they are to us. And when they don't come, we've got employees saying, "We're the kids," you know. Where's our team? Where's the Daniel Boone team? So I mean, it's invaluable to us, and they really handle a lot of our out-of-date program, which is a program that keeps our customers safe by looking at out-of-dates, and we'll give them a section to like for instance, the baby food and baby formula, things like that really, you know, can hurt our brand if we're not careful and, you know, taking care of our customers that way. So it's invaluable.
They bring a different perspective than what we typically get from our college age students. So they have more insight into what incoming students are looking for in a dining hall, in a dining experience. They bring a great environment, just a very positive environment here. Interactions with them and our staff and in the students really create a very positive experience for our college age students.
I always come in with a positive attitude, a smile on their face, and they're willing and open to do anything that's asked of them.
So I think this kind of program is absolutely necessary for high school students. They get on-the-job training, on-the-job experience. Even if they don't have any experience in the workforce prior to this is a great way to kind of ease them into learning what it's like to have a full-time job, what it's like to work with different kinds of people from different kinds of backgrounds, what it's like to answer to different kinds of people. And then in food service, there is everything under the sun here to learn how to do, whether you're serving, cleaning, cooking, or doing work in the back end. There's so much that students can gain from working in this kind of environment.
I think that they benefit by knowing that there's a different setting in a school than there is in the real world. And I know that they learn accountability. They learn to be dependable. They learn to respect authority, you know, other than a teacher in that environment. Just a lot of things, a lot of life lessons they're going to learn in this retail environment.
It's a very awesome program to be involved with. It teaches young children responsibility and helps them to achieve their goals for the future. It teaches them also stability and how to communicate and work well with other people.
Honestly, I've had more fun with getting to know them and getting to know their personalities, and we've had students that, you know, that maybe have more challenges than other students, and we've seen them blossom. I really have literally seen those students blossom. We had a student, I won't give the name, but, you know, when he first came here, you know, I was telling him, you know, tuck your pants, you know, tuck your shirt in, tie your shoes, you know, kind of thing, and you know, don't be so dragging around like you're so tired you're 17, you know. And you know what, I saw him get on at ETSU, And I've talked to him since then, and he's thriving.
No matter what field you're going into, learning to be flexible. In food service, you learn that very quickly. Menus change, what stations we have open are changing, the people coming through are changing all the time. So being able to be flexible with all of that going on, and then trying to be positive. It can be hectic in food service or any other area you're working in. So being able to keep a cool head, trying to get all the details you can, be thorough, and be
Know how to interact once again with other people. Don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And be willing and open to learn new things through life, because you're going to need that all throughout your life.
I mean, accountability, dependability, commitment to what they're doing, whether they like it or not. You know, looking at it, looking at ways to improve their self, you know, their self-esteem, customer service skills. You know, I've seen them interact with customers that come into the store, and you would be surprised. You would think high schoolers coming in and not really having any skills like that, but one minute I'll get the store manager, I'll get someone to help you. I mean, that's invaluable, you know, just to have building their character on how to operate outside of a school environment.
For me personally, I love when they just stay with us. Dennis, when he was in the program, he decided to stay with us after graduation, and he has been such an asset here to us. He's a face that everyone can recognize, and when other students come through and stay with us in this program, the students here that are coming through recognize those faces. So they've seen them up front, they've seen them serving, and it gives a sense of familiarity and continuity to their experience here. When they see that familiar face, you can see they light up, they get really excited. And it's just a really great experience for us having those kinds of people work for us, and it's a great thing for our customers to see. So Dennis here not only has one of the most popular stations, but he has one of the most popular personalities in all of the dining hall. His positivity and his kindness are known all throughout campus, and he exemplifies what we want our dining experience to be.
I work at ETSU at the dining hall. I do the pizza station over here.
Dennis, how long you worked here, man?
18 years.
18 years. All right, so here at the pizza station, what kind of tasks do you have? What's your responsibilities?
Make sure everything is good, fill it all up, and serve the students.
Awesome. What advice would you give to a kid that's currently in school looking to hopefully get a job here in the future?
Just stay in school. If you work, just do what they tell you, and you get a job.
All right, Dennis, buddy. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
All right.
We thank you for joining us today for our Ready for Life kickoff event. We hope that you found this information and stories shared to be uplifting, inspiring, and motivating. We have so much more to come in this Ready for Life series, and we would like to thank Washington County Schools for partnering with us to bring you this important and exciting information. We invite everyone to join us on January 26th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. for our next installment in the Ready for Life series. This will be an agency panel designed to inform families, youth, and educators about what's out there to help youth successfully transition from high school to post-secondary life. You will hear from agency representatives from ECF Choices, Vocational Rehabilitation, STEP, and so much more. For those without internet access, you may go to Daniel Boone, room 319, or David Crockett High School, room C3, to view this informative virtual event. And finally, to wrap up this Ready for Life After High School series, STEP Incorporated, in partnership with Washington County Schools, will also be hosting 2 in-person events on March 23rd. We will begin by hosting an interactive and fun-filled Ready for Life training with students. This is a day filled with hands-on informative information designed to empower youth to become self-advocates and set high expectations for their future. We will wrap up our Ready for Life series with an in-person skill building and Transition Fair for students and families. Both of these exciting events will be held at Daniel Boone High School, and I've been told there'll be some Chick-fil-A involved. For more information, please contact Jeremy May with Washington County Schools at 423-477-1600 or STEP Incorporated at 423-638-3619, or you can email at information@tnstep.org. Thank you.